Seventh frame, Leanne-Barrette works on a spare. Again, a crossover, and this time the big break to strike for Leanne-Barrette from Sacramento, California.
We mentioned earlier that she's more of a marathoner. She likes them when they break down a little bit and she can get in, and the oil is carried down in the middle of the lane to provide a little bit of hold, and she's best at using that to her advantage. And right now the middle of the lane is still pretty dry, and she doesn't have much help to the left.
Leanne a 257 max score. Liz 246. Can she stay hot? Oh, it's so hard.
Tried to pipe that one too, it seemed like.
Exactly, and the 7-pin stands for it.
It seems to me she's pretty uncomfortable with what she has out there. She's really trying to force it down there. You know, her shots at the arrows are, for her, it's pretty wide dispersion.
There's a spare. 22-pin lead. Leanne-Barrette from Las Vegas. More of the Women's Challenge coming up. USBC Sport Bowling. Experience it. By Edge, new high-performance bowling lanes from Kegel. And by Jose Hebert, Las Vegas. We don't make women beautiful. We show them they already are. Showcasing the best female bowlers in the world. That's what we're doing here from Las Vegas. And the Fashion Show Mall. Exciting second match involving Liz Johnson and Leanne-Barrette. Chris, what do you see?
Well, we really have a contrast in styles. You watch Liz here, she'll cross about the 12th board, but that one's actually the 10th board, and she gets it out just a couple of board belly. Leanne, on the other hand, is crossing almost the 16th board and getting to a further point right on the lane than what we're seeing. Liz here gets just outside that stripe, which is at board 7. That ball gets up and gets to the pocket for a strike. And this is the other way to strike. It's with all angle. Also getting a couple of boards right of that stripe right there, getting to the 6th board and back through. There's two ways to strike. One is with angle, one is with energy. Liz uses energy, Leanne uses angle.
Different styles, different approaches. Chris documented. 22-pin lead now for Leanne-Barrette.
This is a big shot.
8th frame, looks for the double. Right in the pocket.
Looked like she used that time in the break to recoup a little bit, gather her thoughts, and get back in rhythm. She'd really gotten a couple of them off her hand to the left. This one is perfect. She crosses 16 again, just like the shot we just showed, out to the 6th board. 1-3-5-9. That is textbook. You couldn't draw it up better. Cyber vision in motion. Liz is really still struggling there.
Yeah, trying to pipe it exactly as right with just no hook whatsoever right at the pocket, and falls behind even further.
It's certainly hard to fault her for doing that. She's one of the best I've ever seen at picking a spot and really manipulating her break point front to back and staying in there instead of moving left like most players will do and getting a little softer. She really likes to do that. Walter's another great player that likes to do the same thing.
Now, Chris, you know, coming off of the commercial break, it's not easy for bowlers to maintain focus. How did Leanne do so well with that?
Well, I think really she didn't have much momentum. I think it was good for her to sit back and kind of relax a little bit and know that she picked up a lead and kept her lead despite the fact that she hadn't thrown her best 2 shots.
Foundation 9th frame forthcoming here for Leanne. Looks for the turkey. Absolutely perfect time. She's found her line.
I just love how smooth she releases the ball.
And here we go. Look at this release. At the bottom, she's in perfect position, really strong. Hands behind it, rotates around. The elbow snaps, the fingers come through. That's all world right there.
Back to Liz. Rushing power.
Ball change.
7-pin falls late, and she told us yesterday that she's bowled Leanne several times, including in finals before on the PWBA tour. Someone she looked up to a lot.
Yeah, I don't think that strike's gonna be enough. It would take pretty much a miracle. The Leanne-Barrette looks like she's gonna move on to face Sara Vargas. And it looks like she's getting lined up and loose.
Tom, I'm with you on both counts. Looks here for the 4-bagger. Keep the string going, and a great finish to her first game. Great help, number 7. Down it goes. And her fellow female star bowlers all watching in the crowd here have got to be impressed.
Yes, this shot will really get her loose. This one gets probably 3, almost 4 boards right of that stripe we were talking about earlier. Still makes it back. This is Leanne-Barrette at her best. She opens up the lane, creates more angle than anyone else, therefore ends up with more pin action and more strikes.
And hooking the ball like that is just exciting to watch. I think anybody enjoys to see a ball move the way Leanne can make it move.
Right there, she took an opportunity. She had a big lead in the game. It's all locked up, so she changed balls to get a look for what might happen in the next game. It's a pretty smart move, in my opinion, and although I don't think she's going to change balls, it's always nice to answer the question.
Good to test the waters, right? That's why you win 26 titles. As Tom said, 4 shy of the all-time record. On the women's tour, there's the 7-pin.
Talking about the angle, watch how wide this ball gets coming down the lane. From the back, it actually looks like it's going to get the 10-pin about here. But, about 5 degrees of entry angle there, and she mixes them up with the best of them.
Tom, for Liz, although it looks like she'll fall short here. Great to see her back on TV competing again.
It is. It's like I said earlier, it's actually kind of emotional. I mean, she really would be dominant out there. She'll be back on TV, I'll guarantee it, and it probably will be against men, because she's going to keep trying to go out on the PBA tour as often as she can and make her mark there.
From 96 to 03, 11 titles on the PWBA tour, 6 regional titles as well. As we said, first ever one to come out of the pre-tournament qualifier on the PBA tour all the way to the finals before losing to Tommy Jones in Grand Rapids a couple of years ago. That was something.
Can't falter for that. Everybody loses to Tommy Jones in the final.
Seems to happen a lot, huh? She did try for the Denny's PBA Tour
Got the 10 out
Tour
on it.
Trials this past June. But unlike Kelly Kulick, who made it, making incredible history, Liz fell short that time around.
Well, it really looked like Liz needed to make a change. She relied on her physical tools and hung in there, get pretty gamely. The ball change probably would have been the right move a little bit sooner. Although the way Leanne finished it out, I'm not sure it would have mattered.